The United Nations has ordered Israel to halt its military offensive in Rafah, something that the country is unlikely to comply with. This comes after at least 12 people were killed when Israel completed a 2-day military operation in the West Bank. The Israeli military says that it has wrapped up the military campaign there. The Palestinian Health Ministry says at least 25 people were wounded, and 8 of the 12 people that were killed were reportedly militant fighters. In Gaza, Hamas continues to fire rocket attacks into nearby communities in Israel. Meantime, Israeli forces say that they have recovered the bodies of 3 more hostages in Gaza, raising fears over the fate of those still missing. Fox News correspondent Caroline Shively has more on that and the invite of Israel's prime minister to Congress.
Israeli fighters continue their sweeps through a devastated Gaza on Friday as the army announced the bodies of 3 more Israeli hostages were recovered overnight, victims of the October 7th Hamas invasion. At least 100 hostages are still believed to be held captive in Gaza.
We will not stop fighting for their freedom.
Also on Friday, the United Nations top legal body ordered Israel to stop its attacks on the city of Rafah.
Under the Genocide Convention, Israel must immediately halt its military offensive.
Israel's prime minister has repeatedly said that won't happen.
Rafah is where 4 of the 24 terrorist battalions of the Hamas terrorist army are there. We can't leave them there any more than the Allies could leave 20% of the Nazi army intact in Germany.
Israeli forces have killed at least 35,000 Palestinians since October 7th, according to the Hamas-controlled Gaza Health Ministry. The World Court has no way to enforce its ruling for a halt to fighting, but it adds to the international pressure on Israel. Meanwhile, in Washington, the Speaker of the House issuing a show of support for the U.S. ally.
We will soon be hosting Prime Minister Netanyahu at the Capitol for a joint session of Congress.
But he's facing pushback from Democrats.
We're talking about this being a genocide that's taking place, that he's administering. Why in the world would we invite him to address us?
If Netanyahu does address Congress, a number of Democrats say they will boycott the joint session. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.